everyone, Mirka here. I have decided I'm gonna make video about Russian volume because Russian volume is so popular at the moment and everyone wants to do Russian volume. Now, as we teach around the UK and in Ireland, we have noticed that even if we go and teach the full individual lashes, some of the girls are offering the hybrid lashes, which is a mix of individual eyelash extension together with the fund lashes. Now, for someone who hasn't done Russian volume course just yet, they will find it quite hard to understand what kind of fan they should choose for the natural lash. So it's not too heavy. And I'm gonna explain to you what kind of thickness of the lashes you should be looking for if you do wanna offer a hybrid and you are not trained in a Russian volume, for example, or if you did do Russian volume with someone else and you didn't have a course deep enough for you to understand what thickness you should choose. So let's get started. So Russian volume, I'm gonna start with the natural thickness of our lash. So on the average person, the thickness of the natural lash is 0.10 millimeter. Okay, so this is on the average person, their natural lash. Now, for you to create Russian volume, that means we need to start with, for example, 2D look. That's a Russian volume already. So we need to, that's the 2D look, we need to put two lashes together in a V shape. For us to create that, we need to go lower, which means, for example, 0.07, 0.05, 0.03, okay? We need to go lower than 0.10, because if someone's got 0.10 natural lash in thickness, which is quite thin, and if you put two lashes together, either the same thickness or slightly bigger, which means, I don't know, 0.12 or 0.15, 0.18, yeah, these are used only for individual eyelashes, for individual extensions. So I'm just gonna write individual extensions, and this is the Russian volume. So anything below 0.10, you would have Russian volume, because we need to put at least two lashes stuck together. But if you did slightly thicker, that means those two together, okay, would be too thick for that one thin lash. So we cannot do anything above 0.10 when we do the Russian volume. So for example, 3D, okay, so we've got 3 lashes stuck together, 4D, we've got 4 lashes stuck together, and so on and so on. Okay, so for you to understand what kind of thickness or how many lashes can be in one fan, I'm gonna explain it to you now. So just imagine that you've got a client and she's got 0.10 thickness of her natural eyelash, and she would like super, I don't know, glamorous look. So she would like mega volume lashes. You need to choose the correct amount of lashes. So for mega volume, for example, you wouldn't be going 2D because there's just 2 lashes stuck together. So just imagine 2 lashes, 2 lashes, 2 lashes, 2 lashes. You can imagine that's not going to give you as much volume as, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For example, 8 lashes stuck together. Okay, so it makes sense. 2 lashes, it's not as much volume comparing to 8. Okay, now we cannot go with, for example, 8D. Okay, you cannot choose 0.7 because that would be 0.07, 0.07, 0.07. Okay, you understand that. So if you try to create mega volume, which means from 9D up, 80, 90 up, okay, so we do 10D, 11D, all of them are mega volume. If you try to create that, you need to go as low as possible when it comes to the individual lash. So you would need to be using 0.03s because we're using 0.03, 0.03, 0.03, all of that together because they are very fine and light lashes. That whole fan of 0.03s will create as heavy, as thick lash as, for example, one of the 0.12s or one of the 0.15s. So that's not gonna be as heavy for that one individual eyelash if we try to create that look with very thin lashes for mega volume. I hope that makes sense a little bit. Then again, if we try to create more natural look and your client has again 0.10 millimeter lashes in thickness and you would like to create slightly natural look, you don't have to start with 0.03 because as you can imagine, 0.03 and 0.03, these two lashes are very fine, very, very fine. So you would need to stick so many of them for her to see quite big difference. So what you can do, you can start with 0.07. So you do 0.07 and 0.07. And that's gonna be quite nice natural look for her, around 2D. For someone who's got 0.10 natural lash in thickness, so you can choose this kind of look. Even the 3D can be made out of 0.07s. So for you to understand it a little bit more, I'm just gonna create a little chart for you to know how many lashes you can put together and what is safe for the natural lash. So let's start with 2D look. So we're gonna do 2D, 3D, 4D, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're gonna do 9 as well, okay? So for 2D, like I mentioned already, we wanna do slightly thinner lashes than her natural eyelash. So we can do 0.07 in your 2D, okay? Now, if you wanna do 3D, 0.07 would be still nice and safe for that lash. Okay, now if you'd like a 4D, depending on the thickness of the lash, if you see that her lashes are fragile and they're not gonna hold that heavy fan, you can drop down to 0.05, for example, if her lashes are quite thin. If they are nice and strong and thick, you can be using 4 lashes stacked together in 0.07s because her thick lash will manage to hold that fan on, okay? So as you go with the bigger fans, you need to drop on the thickness of the individual lash in your fan. So when you buy in your pre-fanned lashes, and that was the problem. So I was going to teach individual lashes, and the girls were saying I'm offering hybrid as well, and they look quite thick, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what lashes do you use? And some of the girls were showing me 5D look, okay, which meant 5 lashes stuck together, and each lash was made out of 0.10s. So that's extremely, okay, so I'm not Picasso, so that's extremely thick base, those lashes stuck together. So that's gonna give you T-bar. Do you remember I was showing you a picture on the Instagram all about the T-bar? So this is a T-bar, and we don't want that. We don't want the base to be thick. The base of that fan should be nice and thin, because if you put that fragile lash, very thin lash, and you've got that thick base, these fans, 5D, 5D, 0.10, it doesn't exactly mean that if you add it together, that's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That doesn't mean exactly that, because those lashes are more lightweight. So, but it's still going to create, it's just an example, I don't know, 0.30, 0.25, which is really, really thick. Okay, and we want to avoid that, because it's not only going to damage the natural eyelash, but also as it grows out, okay, like your nails, they are so close to the cuticle, and as they grow out, you can see the space in between. So you'll be able to see the space also in between the eyelid, then you're gonna have a long space. Now, the longer they get, the heavier they get. So what's gonna happen, it's gonna drag the lashes down, okay? That's if it stays on the lash for that long. Okay, so do not choose the big fans, for example, of 5Ds. Never ever buy them in 0.10s, because this is really incorrect. Whatever you buy, go always at least start from 0.07s, and depending how many lashes you want in one fan, then you know you can drop on sizes. Okay, so we're doing 0.05s, 5D. Now some people using for 5D, they are using 0.07s. I have seen it. You can use 0.07s only for someone who's got really strong natural lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna put 0.07s because I have seen it, and it does look nice when there is a really natural strong lash. But to be on the safe side, my fans are made out of 0.05s, okay? 60, the same story, 0.07s, only with the strong lashes, otherwise 0.05s. Now with the 70, as you go along, you can create with 0.05s, but then you slowly drop it down, so you can do 0.04s or 0.03s. But with the 0.03s, you're not gonna have as thick set as you would with 0.05. So if someone wants more like a natural look, or someone who's got quite sparse lashes, you'll be able to do that, for example, with 0.03s if they got fine sparse lashes, so that would look quite nice. Okay, now 8D would be again 0.05 or 0.04s, depending how strong is the lash, all the way to 0.03s. Now, if you do the 9D look, which means mega volume, you're gonna start with 0.03s, okay? All those 9D, 10D, 11, 12, all the way down, you are using only 0.03s. Otherwise, the fan can be quite heavy and you're going to damage the natural eyelash. So I hope that helped a little bit. If you do have any questions, please let me know. But I hope you understand those lashes a bit more. Now, when it comes to the hybrid lashes, I mentioned that some of the girls are offering hybrid lashes after they completing the full individual lashes. Now, some people are saying you need to be trained already with the Russian volume if you want to offer the hybrid lashes. Some people don't agree with that. They said, no, it's completely fine to offer hybrid lashes without you being trained in a Russian volume. So, I would think that it would be nice if you are trained in the Russian volume, because like this, you're not gonna make a mistake, you're not gonna damage the lash, and you will understand more that 5D in a 0.10 is very, very wrong. So if you do want to offer hybrid lashes, maybe you should do a Russian volume course for you to understand it a little bit more. So what are hybrid lashes? Like I mentioned already, they are individual lash mixed with the pre-fund lashes or with the Russian volume lashes. So many people who are not trained in the Russian volume, they are using pre-fund lashes. And pre-fund lashes, they come in a tray and they are already fans stuck together. Those fans are bonded at the base. So what is the difference in between pre-fund lashes and in between the real Russian volume? Because some of the girls are like, well, hang on, if I can grab something what is already made, like pre-made, which is the pre-fund lash, why would I want to waste my time and take me double the time to create my own fan? So now I tell you why. If you buy yourself tray, what is already pre-fund, those lashes, like I said, they have the bond, they are bonded at the base. Now, if you drop that lash, if you drop that fan, okay, on that individual eyelash, the base, it's not gonna move anymore. So it's just gonna stay like that. Okay, so you're gonna dip it in a glue and you're gonna drop it on the individual eyelash. So those lashes stay like that. Now, if you make your own fans, which means the real Russian volume, it's a handmade fan. You have to create it with your own hands. The base is not stuck together. So what you need to do, again, you dip it in the glue, but as soon as you drop this fan onto that individual eyelash, those lashes will nicely spread around that individual lash. So it almost like wraps it around the lash and they hold longer. You won't have that with the pre-fund lashes because it just literally stays like that. Now, whether they last longer or not, it also depends of the individual person, because it depends of the natural oils in her lashes, it depends of the aftercare, what kind of activities does your client do, the medication, hormones, anything can affect that. Okay, but this is the difference in between the real Russian volume and in between the pre-fund lashes. So I hope that helps. If you do have any questions, like I said already, please don't hesitate to ask us, and let me know if you like the video. Thank you, bye!